Well, you never know until you try. Well, that can be said for just about anything in life. But what about when it comes to pursuing the job of your dreams? Well, it's a lot to consider, especially knowing full well it's going to take everything you got, both physically and mentally, and a whole lot more. And that's just to get past the initial first stage of becoming a member of the Newport News Fire Department. As they recently conducted the entry-level agility test portion of their application process at the Newport News Fire Department Training Center in the Lee Hall section of Newport News.
The physical agility test is part of our hiring process. This hiring process the application period opened in March. They took a written testing process at the beginning of April. Those that qualified moved forward to the physical agility test, and then there's other components. If we are given authority to hire, our hire date will be August of this year. We have them do job-related things. You don't need any special training for that. We could have you climb anything, but we have you climb a ladder. We could have you pull anything, but we have you pull hose. We use fire equipment for our test. Those that are successful and end up getting hired go through a two-part recruit training model. The first is for the EMT Intermediate certification, and then they go through the Tidewater Regional Fire Academy, and then they'll hit the street as a whole employee about a year after their hire date.
Oh, this is just a starting point.
Go.
Years ago, the old physical agility test was, could you run 1.5 miles in under 12 minutes? Could you do so many pull-ups and push-ups? And none of those things were quite job-related. Everything we do now is a job-related activity, and it's just the baseline. Doing these things simply means that you have the capacity to be successful. It does not mean you're going to be successful. That requires constant training, education, retraining, re-education, and a commitment to being the best that you can do.
All right, let's move to the next station. Some people come out here and they want to be a firefighter. I don't think sometimes they understand what it really entails to be a firefighter. And when they come out here and they just have that drive, they have that fire in their eye, and they get to a point and their body says, I want to quit, but you just see them look to the sky or close their eyes and they find it somewhere in them and they pull through. And that's what it takes. And it's determination. That's what we like to see in an individual. That's a mark on somebody's personality. And to be in this profession, you have to be determined to succeed. We don't actually help them through the process. We give them direction on what they're supposed to do. But the reality of it is you have to have something to offer when you come in here, because we have to have something to build on. And actually what I do is I'm the coordinator of the Fire Academy. So when I get these people in the Fire Academy, I need a baseline. I need a foundation, something I can build on. And sometimes I look at people and I do want to see them succeed. I want to see everybody succeed, because just them being here, we have something in common. They want to be a firefighter. I mean, that's their goal when they show up.
Here we go, 1, 2, 3, go.
So when I see people and you see the tears in their eyes or the sweat coming off their face or just the disappointment, you do feel bad for them, you know? But on the other hand, in our profession, we have to work hard. And we're called at somebody's worst day. When we have to be able to perform in the worst elements and the hottest times, and we have to be able to overcome those things. So, yes, it is failure and you feel bad, you know, your kind of heart goes out to them sometimes, but we have expectations that we have to meet, and you have to have that when you start here.
Nobody in my family is in the fire department except for my grandpa, who worked for the FDNY, and I don't really know. A couple years ago, something came about me and I wanted to be in the fire department, and ever since I've been a volunteer and I love it, and I just want to make it my career one day.
Fire service is a phenomenal opportunity to learn new things, to be exposed to new things, to meet new people. But more than that, it's a chance to give back to the community. And there's fewer and fewer opportunities that people look at that they can truly give back to the community now. This is an opportunity where they can train and be prepared to respond to when someone's having the worst day of their lives. They can be that shining light that the citizen, the person that's having a bad day, realizes there's somebody out there that cares, there's somebody out there to help them.
Tough. Where you at? A lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Whew.